GM, this is Daniel from the Celo Foundation. We have a pretty sweet workshop today with Viral from the DevRel team at the Celo Foundation about building MiniPay dApps. But before I ask Viral to come on stage, I want to take a couple of minutes to give you all an introduction on the hackathon. Just a quick introduction on what the hackathon entails, dates that are important for you to consider, and I would like to talk also about what people need to do to be eligible for prizes. So let me just show you. This is the BWC website. You go. I have a banner here below. The website is pretty simple. It's bwc.celo.org. When you come, this is an informational website or landing page. You do need to click on register, and that will take you to Hacker Earth, where you register and you effectively submit your project. For those who don't know, but I'm assuming lots of folks here are already aware of BWC. BWC stands for Build with Celo, and is a monthly series of hackathons where each month we feature a specific technology in the Celo ecosystem for hackers to play with. At the end of the page, I will not get into that, but at the end of the page, you can see the previous versions. We have had projects like Superfluid, Massa as partners of this hackathon. Also Toucan for tokenized carbon, and Social Connect, which is again featuring on this hackathon for a small bounty. Check them out because you will be able to see projects that have won in the past. And you can get a sense of what people are building. The idea of these hackathons is that they are modular in the sense that people can bring their previous ideas, or of course a new idea, but they can also bring their previous ideas, iterate on them, use the technology we're featuring every month, and submit again. So for this month, we are featuring MiniPay. MiniPay is a really sweet stablecoin wallet out of the Opera browser team. This is a very exciting project to build for. MiniPay has an enormous potential of reaching millions. It was initially launched in Nigeria with plans to launch in other countries in Africa. And honestly, I feel like the sky's the limit for these guys. They are a super talented team. For kind of like a brief introduction on MiniPay, I would recommend watching the recording of the Kuneko call we hosted last week. You can find it on the YouTube Celo channel. We had the guys from Opera kind of like walking us through what this wallet entails. I am going to talk quickly about the prices, just to get folks excited about building for this hackathon. We have $10,000 CUSD, $10,000 worth of value in CUSD tokens. We have a first price of 2,500 CUSD, a second price of 2,000, a third price of 1,500, and then we have a price of 1,500 for the best implementation of Social Connect. Social Connect, we did have a hackathon about Social Connect in the past. You can go back to that hackathon and review the projects and review the educational material we created for that hackathon. Social Connect is a name service that lets you map public addresses to phone numbers and other social identifiers. It is what is behind MiniPay in the sense that it lets people send funds to contacts in their on their phone. So we want people to kind of like take Social Connect and try it on other applications. We also have a special prize for best real world use cases. That also has a price of 1,500, and finally a pool price of 1,000 CUSD among the finalists. Then let me just go quickly through some dates that are important. So the hackathon is open. It opened last Monday, October 9th. We have a technical workshop today. And then a week from today, I need to update this, my apologies. A week from today, we will have an ideas workshop. It is going to go live soon. An ideas workshop at the same time with Jason Rodriguez, who has worked closely to the Opera team, and he's going to give us a sense of what MiniPay is all about, and talk about some of the things that are possible with MiniPay. That's another really cool workshop to attend. And then we have office hours every Tuesday starting next week. So every Tuesday, so November 17th, 24th, 31st, and October 17th, 24th, and 31st, and November 7th at 7:30 a.m. PST. And then a very important date here is that the submissions are due on November 5th at 11:59 p.m., so midnight PST. And then after that, we'll take a week for judging, and then the closing ceremony and the winners announcement is going to be on November 16th. So stay tuned for all the different events we're organizing around this hackathon. And finally, just in terms of judging criteria, we'll have the same judging criteria we have had in the past. So things like quality of your idea, impact, the quality of your product in terms of user experience, and then best use of the feature technology. All those things are going to be considered as judging criteria. But this time there's a special criteria, and that's in a way the reason for this particular workshop, and that is that we would like you to demonstrate your idea using MiniPay. We're also going to show you how, but basically this is one of the very first mobile wallets that has the potential to reach millions, and we want applications that make sense within that context. So that's my short intervention. I do see some comments. Let me just click here. Oh, I see just hellos. Yeah, hello everyone. Thank you for joining. And just a quick, I'm gonna bring Viral to the stage. Hey Viral, welcome.
Hey,
Just a few rules for this webinar. So I am going to be in the backstage, and any questions you might have during Viral's presentation, I will collect. And if I see a question that needs to be mentioned, I will pause Viral for a second, ask the question so we can cover that before we move on. If not, we will leave some time at the end of the webinar to take questions. Questions, please just ask them on the chat box. And with that, I'm gonna lead you in the Viral's good hands. Viral's one of the most talented people I have met in the past, like 2 years, and we are lucky to have him at the DevRel team at the Celo Foundation. So you're in very good hands, and Viral, please take it away.
yeah. Thank you so much, Daniel, for the kind words. So yeah, the title of the workshop is Building MiniPay dApps, and this is fairly going to be a technical workshop. A little bit about me. My name is Vival Sanghani. I'm a developer at Celo Foundation, and I'm a huge Web3 enthusiast. This is my Twitter link and LinkedIn, and if you like this workshop, please do follow, because I've been constantly keep tweeting about what's happening in Celo ecosystem and what's new with MiniPay. And yeah, if you want to read some of my blogs, you can go to blogs.vivalsanghani.me and see all the articles that I've written in Web3. So let's jump right into demo. So before we go anywhere, I would like to ask you to just go to docs.celo.org, and if you can see, like on the top, we have how you can build on MiniPay docs. So all you have to do is just click on build with MiniPay, and you'll have a really good introduction on what MiniPay is and what to expect. But I would rather suggest you to follow this workshop. You'll get a more detailed view. And in order to start, we need to use Celo Composer, because if you go from scratch, it will be a little bit difficult, but we have created this awesome tool called Celo Composer. So let's do this. Open a terminal, go to maybe desktop. And in order to use Celo Composer, we need to run this npx command, npx at celo/celo composer, and then create. And this command will basically start a CLI, a tool that will ask you all the frameworks that you can use. So right now, Celo Composer supports React, React Native, Flutter, Angular. So for this demo, let's select React. And when you say React, it's basically using Next.js. And then we have two options.
Viral, sorry
Yep.
to interrupt. I'm still seeing the yellow screen that says demo time.
Oh, I'm really sorry.
Yeah, you'll have to go back a couple of steps.
Yeah. Now can you see?
1 second, it's coming up. Yep. Now we see your terminal. Can you perhaps just zoom in a little bit?
Yep, sure. Okay.
Okay, looks like we're good to go.
So yeah, let me start again. So if you want to get started with Celo Composer, this is the command you should use, npx at celo/celo composer, and then create. So this is basically a CLI tool that will give you option for creating a starter kit. And currently, Celo Composer supports React, React Native, Flutter, and Angular. So let's select React. Then we have two options right now, React Celo and Rainbow. So use Rainbow, and we don't need smart contracts right now, so we'll not choose that. No for subgraph as well. Let's name it MiniPay Workshop. And it will create a basic repository for you. Let's go in there and open it inside VS Code. Yeah. Let me zoom in. Okay. So the first step you should do on any of this repository is use yarn install to install all the dependencies. And it takes a little bit of time. So in that time, let's get set up with MiniPay. So all you have to do is just go to docs.celo.org inside your phone, and you can click on build on MiniPay. So this is the steps I'm telling on how you can get the MiniPay, because MiniPay is still in beta. So there are couple of steps that you need to follow to get the app, and it's quite simple. So all you have to do is just go to this docs, and there's this button called download MiniPay beta. Click on that. It will redirect you to Google Play Store. Click on install, and this will basically download the MiniPay browser. This does not have MiniPay app inside. So in the second step, you actually get access to MiniPay wallet, crypto wallet. But this is just right now Opera Mini browser. So it will take just 1 minute. Yeah. Awesome. Okay, there we go. So open the browser. There are a few things that you need to do. Okay, so here we already have installed. Okay, let's complete the Opera thing. Okay, so we have the browser, but do keep in mind that having the Opera browser just right now does not give you access. If you're not in Nigeria, you need to follow one more step. That is go back to our docs. This is our docs. And on the second point, it says access MiniPay through Opera Mini Beta. You have to click on this link that says access MiniPay. All you have to do is just click on it and you're good to go. Yeah, perfect. This is the MiniPay app, but I'll tell you how you can access it exactly. So once you open the mini browser, Opera, there you see MiniPay. You can just click on this and you can read all the things that it provides. And the good thing is you don't need to manage any keys or anything. All you need is just sign in with Google. Click on there and choose the Google account that you normally use inside your phone. And this is my second time coming on MiniPay. I've already created an account before this. So it will ask me to just resume that that backup that they have created already on my personal Google Drive. So I'll just click on restore next. And right now it's asking me to use my fingerprint. That's why it's showing a black screen. So once I give my fingerprint access, it will ask you for your display currency. So both are same right now. In future, we might have more currencies, but this since this is a technical workshop, I'll choose CUSD. Let's go. And that's how easy it was. Like this, just 30 seconds, and you are in your browser, in your wallet, and you can see right now I have a little bit balance, but you'll start with zero. And if you want to add some cash, you can just click on add cash, use any of this. You can use your card. You can, if you're in Africa, you can use even airtime to fill up your wallet, or you can use crypto exchanges. If you click here, this is your address. You can send CUSD token on this address, and yeah, you can use in this browser. And what we are interested in is this little icon, which shows you all the tabs that are present right now on MiniPay. And one that is live right now is Impact Market, which is like learn and earn kind of a dApp. But we have few more coming. One is HelloFi and one is by Good Dollar. But this is what you guys are interested in, is how you can test your own dApp and then make sure that everything is working before actually deploying it on MiniPay and then giving it access to millions of users. So let's see what we have inside our Celo Composer. So it basically will give you a mono repo. And in this mono repo, all we have is just one single page that will just show you your user address. But let's see what benefit does MiniPay provide you. So in MiniPay, it's a requirement that we don't show connect button, right? Because since you're already opening your website inside a wallet, you don't need to show the end user connecting your wallet or anything, because that's just a bad user experience, right? So what we prefer is just hide the connect button all the way, because the moment you open your wallet inside, okay, what's happening? Yeah. So the moment you open your website inside the wallet, it just automatically connects your website with Windows.Ethereum. So I'll give you an example. So if you can see, when the website is open inside the browser, it will just give you Windows.Ethereum. That is what you need to actually do any kind of transactions or any kind of contract interactions. So if you can see in this code as well, I have a header where I'm checking if I have Windows.Ethereum and if there is MiniPay available, and I'm just hiding the connect button and I'm calling the connect. I don't really need this, but yeah. So this website will basically work in browser and in MiniPay. And one little thing that we need to do is, if you can see inside my app.txt, I'm using wallet connect project ID. But to be honest, it's a good thing that we don't need it. We don't have to rely on wallet connect, because wallet connect can be tricky for mobile apps, right? Because they does not, to be honest, have a really good support for mobile apps. So we get to just remove the whole wallet connection. And for connectors right now, since we are only using injected wallet, what we can do is something like this: new injected connector, and pass in the chains that we support. That would be Celo and AlphaZoris. Okay, so one more note, that right now MiniPay only supports mainnet. The testnet support is coming soon. But if you're building on MiniPay in this hackathon, you will be building on mainnet. So if you deploy any contracts, you'll have to deploy it on our mainnet chain, and then you can interact with it. And for mainnet, if you need some Celo tokens, just reach out to me or Daniel on Discord, any other way you can, and we'll uh, give out a little bit amount of Celo tokens, which you can use for paying gas fees. And yeah, so all you have to do is just remove the wallet connect, and you're good to go. Let's start the website. It should be yarn dev. Okay, I have to be inside the project directory. And as you can see, it's live on localhost 3000. So if I go here to localhost 3000, yeah. Okay, so there is a mistake. I have to import it from walkme/connectors, not the test. Okay. Yeah, there we go. So now you can see that there is the connect button because I have opened this site inside a browser, not inside our actual MiniPay app. But let's try to open it inside MiniPay, and you'll see a seamless experience where the browser will automatically connect. There is no connect button. And for the end user, you are not even in a Web3 project. For end user, it's just a website that works, right? So for that, we need to open this test page. And when you open it, it will ask you for a URL. So this is basically a redirect that you're doing. And in order to do that redirect, you need to host your website somewhere, right? Because you cannot just write localhost 3000 and it will work. So for that, I have a tool called Ngrok. If you go on Google and search Ngrok, Ngrok is a tool basically that will help you to tunnel your local traffic to like internet traffic. So it's really simple. Just sign up, and it will give you. You'll be able to download this executable called Ngrok, which I already have. Let's see. If you go to desktop, yeah, there you go. So once you have signed up, you'll be able to download this little file. And what you have to do is just do /ngrok, and then which type of traffic do you want to tunnel? That is HTTP, and the port number. So right now, you can see we are using 3000 port. So I'll say 3000, press enter. And now, awesome. So whoever goes to this particular URL will be able to access your site hosted on localhost 3000. So anyone on the internet right now can go to this website and they'll be able to use the website that I have in my local host. So what I'll do is I'll just copy this site, go here, paste it, and press go. And do note that Ngrok is a paid service, but I'm using a free one, so it can be a little bit slower, but it gets the job done. Awesome. So if you can see, there is no connect button. If you go here, there is no connect button, but you are still able to see your wallet address, right? Awesome. So let's build something on it. So in this particular workshop, we'll do two things. First thing, we'll create a button that will allow you to send CUSD token from your wallet to any other wallet. And the second thing we'll do is actually mint an NFT and display it on our dApp. So this will give you basically a really good idea on how you can interact with smart contracts, how you can do transactions, how you can send transactions, how you can send tokens, anything. So for that, I'll do some magic and I'll get some code here. So just to save some time, I have done some UI code. So I just need these three files. Let's see what's inside. So this is just a button, and this button basically accepts three things: the text on that button, on click on like what to do on click of that button, and loading. So if it's loading, I'm showing just a loader, and yeah, just telling, and this is simple UI thing. In the text field, same thing, a value and on change. This is normal text field that you can reuse. And this is the NFT grid. Like whenever you have minted an NFT, you need to show that NFT, right? So this is a thing where I'm showing all the NFTs that particular has already minted in a grid. And this particular component just accepts the list of images of that NFT. Awesome. Now we'll go and create some functions to fetch all this data. And it's nothing new. Like if you are familiar with uh, like coding interactions for smart contracts, this is almost similar, like no change. Let's paste it. So I have this utils folder, and inside there is transactions. So here I only have three functions. Okay, let's see the error. Okay, to solve this error, basically I think I'm using the older version of Ethers. That's 5.7.2. I need to use, I guess, 6.8. Let me check. Now I need to use 6.8.0. Yeah, let's do yarn again. Yeah, so let's see what's happening inside the transactions. Yeah, there is gone. But I have two addresses, and mind that these addresses are the mainnet addresses. I have created a dummy NFT contract. It's ERC721, and I've deployed it on mainnet, and this is the address. If you want to see, let's see. Seller scan. Yeah, This is the smart contract. You can actually, I've already verified it, so you can connect a wallet here. You can test it out, how to mint, how to safe mint, read everything. Yeah. So these are the two addresses. In this file, I only have three functions that we need. First is transfer CUSD. So once you call this, it will transfer 0.1 CUSD to this particular address. The second function is mint NFT. Mint NFT accepts two things, just the image URL and your own address, because we are going to mint for us. And the third thing is just get NFT. This will just fetch NFTs, but let's deep dive. So in here, if you see each function, we are checking if there is windows.ethereum, because we are relying on this object, because this object is basically injected inside of a web view. If you don't know what web view is, if you open a website inside an application, that is what we call web view, where if you can see, this is a different title bar and a back button and a reload button, because this is a custom browser inside Opera Mini. And this is what we call web view. And MiniPay is injecting this object called windows.ethereum inside our web view. And we can just access it and provide it inside browser provider by ethers. And this is how easy we can get a provider. And once we have provider, this is similar to what we do in all other Web3 projects. We can do everything. So once you have a provider, I'm getting a signer, and then I have a little bit ABI. I'm creating an instance of CUSD contract, and then calling a transfer function, passing in the address and 0.1 CUSD token, creating a transaction, then waiting for it, and yeah, that's all. Same with Mint NFT, creating an instance of signer, a little bit ABI, creating an instance of that contract, doing a transaction, and then waiting for it. Same with get NFT, but in this case, it's a two-step process. First, we need to get the tokens of that particular owner, because there might be a case where a particular address have more than one NFT. We get the token IDs, and then we loop over that and get the image URL. That's all. And one more thing, like if you code it for the first time, you might get an error on windows.ethereum. And this is because Next.js is not that good in managing which code is client side and which code is server side. So for that, we have a little hack. So in this file, you can at the end add declare global. And on Windows, we can say that Ethereum type is any. This will only happen if you're using TypeScript, which I do recommend. Do use TypeScript. But this is what you have to add if you're getting an error over Windows or Ethereum. So yeah, these are the three functions that we have. Now let's update here a little bit. Let's see. So first, we are creating some few things. We don't need this. Okay. So user account is coming from Varmi, and user account will give out the address of the logged in user. This is the address that you are printing right now. Then we have a little state management for loading. And then we are storing this address inside a state variable as well. Then this NFT variable is basically a list of strings of all the images that we have already minted. And then we have NFT URL, because in this dApp we'll also ask user how they can actually mint an NFT. And for that, we'll ask user to paste in image URL. And this is what handles that. Now let's update our use effect a little bit. Yeah, there we go. So in this updated version of use effect, we are checking if the wallet is connected and we have an address. Then we are just setting the address. On top of that, we are fetching all the NFTs that this particular user has already minted. And for that, we have already created this get NFT function, which I've already shown. And in there, we just pass in our own address, wait for it, and then once we have all the URLs, we are setting our state variable. That's all. Now, the last part that we have to change is our UI a little bit. Let's see. Yeah. So here we are just doing combinations of these components and all the functions that we have already created. The first is I'm using the custom button that I've created. Let's import that. In this button, the text is just signed 0.1 CUSD. And we are calling this function transfer CUSD, which I've already shown again in this file over here. So yeah, this basically file will accept one address, and this is my personal address. So I'm sending myself 0.1 CUSD from my MiniPay to my MetaMask account, I guess, yeah. And I'm setting it to and then setting the loading false. That's the first thing that will test out. The second thing we have is a text field where user can paste in an image URL. And once they've added an image URL, we can have a new button that will actually mint the NFT. And once the NFT is minted, we are again calling the get NFT to update the NFTs that the user has already minted, and then doing some state management thing. In the last, we show a grid of all the NFTs that the user has already minted. That's all. Like it hardly took 10 minutes. And let's do yarn dev. There we go. So if you can see, it already automatically starts reloading. There we go. So this is a basic UI that will, if you check it side by side. On the first, we have our address. This is where we are showing, like we're just truncating the address a little bit. We have a button that sends 0.1 CUSD. So let's try that. Send a 0.1 CUSD. Started loading. And this is the thing, a good thing that you don't have to, if you normally see a website that is, if you normally visit a Web3 website, they redirect you to MetaMask and then do all kind of stuff. But in this case, since we're already inside a crypto wallet, it just asks you that you're sending 0.1 CUSD, and it also gives you a good message that this will withdraw some amount of tokens from your MiniPay wallet. If you give your consent, then yeah, the screen went blank because it's asking me to give my fingerprint. Just gave it, and yeah, it's loading. It hardly takes around 5 to 6 seconds because on Celo, the block time is 5 seconds. But yeah, no, there we go. So if you can see, the loading is finished. And if you want to verify, you can just close everything, go to your page, scroll down, and you can see 12 seconds ago, I've sent 0.1 tokens to somewhere. And that's just my account, but yeah. Let's go to Compass again, open it, get my Ngrok URL. And the last thing is we'll mint a new NFT, and let's find a cool image for this. I was going to my Twitter. By the way, this is my Twitter. If you like the workshop, to follow. Let's find a good image. I was thinking about how about a MiniPay image? Yep, this looks good. All the creators of MiniPay along with Lenny. Let's copy the image here. We go to this field, paste in the image URL, and click on Mint. That's all. It will again verifies everything, create a signature, and then give you a pop-up. Yeah, there we go. So this time we are not sending any CUSD, so that's why it says 0 CUSD. But it do give you the contract address that you're interacting with, and this message will improve over time. Right now it's still in beta, so that's why we're just saying contain smart contract interactions. But in future, this will say that you're actually minting an NFT and all sorts of human readable messages. Right now, just click on send. Again, ask for my fingerprint, and there we go. Okay, so by the way, these two are the NFTs that I've already minted as when I was testing. But yeah, there we go, a new NFT that we have just minted. So it's that easy. Like it hardly took me 15 minutes to create the whole dApp. There is nothing new. All you have to do is just not use Wallet Connect and not use any kind of wallet interaction. And how hard can that be, right? Just all you have to do is just use Windows.ethereum. That's all. And Windows.ethereum is the good thing is if you see our talks, you can use this with almost all your favorite packages. You can use it with Web3.js. And for Web3.js, you can just do Web3, Windows.ethereum, and you're good to go with ethers. That's what I have done. And Web3 provider pass in Windows.ethereum. With Warmi, you can do inject connector that I have done. Yes, yeah. Here you can see I have done inject connector and Veeam, which is a really, really good package. This is one of my favorite. This is also similar. All you have to do is just pass in Windows or Ethereum. That's all. You don't have to use Wallet Connect. There is no project ID involved. It's just really simple. And if you want to download MiniPay, follow the steps. If you want to test it out live, here is Ngrok. Here is an official link on how you can download and a little bit demo on how you can test out your website. Yeah. And some important notes. The first one is make sure that you have to remove your connect button. The connect button should not be visible inside your project when you apply for, like when you do the submission. Always verify the existence of Windows.provider, not Windows.provider, but Windows.ethereum. This is what I'm doing inside transaction. Yeah. Always make sure this object is visible and is available before doing any kind of thing. Then when using Ngrok, remember that you're tunneling your URL is temporary. Awesome. Yeah. The moment I close this, I won't be able to access this site. So this tunneling is just a temporary thing. The moment I turn it on, I always get a new URL. And this basically you can use to go again. Yeah, let's try. Yep, it's working. So that's about Ngrok. And MiniPay currently only supports fee currency. Yeah. So right now, if you want to do any kind of transactions, you need CUSD token. Without CUSD token, you cannot do any transaction. Even though you have Celo tokens, transactions inside MiniPay uses CUSD as gas fees currency. So you need a little amount of CUSD token inside your wallet. If you are not able to get it, the first thing you can try is just add cash. You can use any of this as a credit card. All you need is this one CUSD is enough for like a lot of transactions.
Real.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry to pause here. Just because you are talking about this at the moment, there was a question here by Chisa saying, so MiniPay uses CUSD for gas fees. What's happening behind the hood?
Yeah, so behind the hood, whenever we do a transaction, each transaction object, we are sending fee currency. Not we, but MiniPay is using fee currency. And in there, we are passing in the CUSD address. So basically, CUSD is used for everything inside MiniPay. And the good thing about Celo is we provide option for paying gas with multiple tokens, and one of them is CUSD. So MiniPay uses CUSD for all the gas fees, and that's why you don't need Celo tokens. You need CUSD tokens to do any kind of transactions here. And if you need some tokens, hit me up or Daniel, and we can give you a little, small amount of CUSD tokens so that you can build stuff for this hackathon.
Yeah, on that
And,
front, sorry,
yeah.
just to complete the answer about transaction tokens, because I already got someone asking for transaction tokens on Discord. We do ask you to register first. We will confirm that you have registered to a hackathon to give you transaction tokens. And I think that to make it easier for us, we're also going to send you an email once you register with information on how to get transaction tokens. But for now, as one of you already did, you can reach out to us. That's it.
And just one last disclaimer that right now MiniPay does not support managing message signing. So you can send a transaction, but you cannot sign a transaction. And I guess that's a rare case, but you can do a lot of stuff without this signing. So just a disclaimer, if you are finding yourself in a loophole, like a rabbit hole of signing a transaction, it's not supported right now, but it will be soon. And a developer mode is coming soon that will work on testnet. That's AlphaZoS, but right now it's only work on mainnet. So yeah, that's all. Daniel, is there any questions?
So you're done, right?
Yeah, I'm done.
Yeah. So if you have, there was a question for you, but before that, please ask all the questions you might have on the chat, and we will get through them. The first question that I see that you haven't addressed yet is, can we get the code in the demo for later reference?
Yes. So I have not posted it, but I'll. Daniel, what's the best place to share this URL? I have not pasted it on GitHub right now.
Yeah. So after you post it on GitHub, I think that the best way is for us to share this link on the BWC chat on Discord. So I see I
Okay.
shared the Discord invite earlier today on the channel, and some of the folks that are asking these questions are already on that channel. So I feel like that's the best channel to broadcast that link. So
Okay.
it's going to take us a couple of hours to post that link, but it will be there. That is for Alphonse, I believe, asked that question. I have another question for you. So after testing, how do we deploy into the MiniPay app?
Yes, so for this hackathon, you don't have to deploy it on MiniPay. You just have to get us a URL that we can test inside MiniPay. And because MiniPay has their own auditing and on method of verifying, and after that only you can deploy it on MiniPay until and unless we have a testnet version of it. But right now we are only mainnet, so you don't have to actually deploy on MiniPay. You can just share the URL of your project and we can test it out.
Yeah, just adding to that, I feel like just I want to just give you some alpha. After this hackathon, we have scheduled. We're working on hosting an accelerator with the Celo Camp folks that is going to be just focused on MiniPay, and there's going to be plenty of opportunities for folks to continue building on their project if they are seriously interested in building something for real users. And we are already working on a consecutive hackathon once there is kind of like a dev mode on testnet available. But as Viral said, this hackathon, I guess the scope of this hackathon is for folks to test their idea uh, on the test app card that Viral showed us today. How an app makes it to MiniPay, that is TBD. That is TBD because that will be, of course, how it will be in how MiniPay decides to curate applications. So TBD, but this is an early hackathon for folks to play with this and kind of like start surfacing ideas that might be worth featuring on MiniPay. There's another question that says, what are some of the ideas of dApps that guys can build on MiniPay? So on the BWC website, I have a few things. So anything that is that supports on and off ramps. For example, last BWC hackathon, we had Superfluid, and the winner of that project was Shukuro, I believe was the name of that project. And they had a they were already kind of like a payments application, but they with Superfluid they build an application to let employers pay their employees using streamable money. So ideas like that basically on-ramp folks into crypto or off-ramp folks are really welcome. Anything that has to do with remote work, freelancing, and micro work, that is also ideas that you can experiment with. Anything that uses DeFi, by the way, something that is another piece of alpha is coming up hopefully later today is that Mula, which is a decentralized exchange on Celo, they're going to have their own bounty. So anything that uses Mula for basically opening access to DeFi applications, that is going to be very interesting. As you saw Viral's presentation, MiniPay works with CUSD, which is a stable coin asset that is native on Celo. So anything that kind of like explores other use cases for stable currencies are also cool ideas to explore. And honestly, those are kind of like the basic ideas that we just put on the site that I was just reading to you. But I think that the real potential here is building ideas that uh, can tap into kind of like this potential within MiniPay, which is reaching thousands of users. So social dApps, anything that you feel like it's a real world use case, I think that lending, things like that could be really interesting to see. Viral, I don't know if you want to add to that answer.
Yeah, I think we already have a YouTube live stream scheduled with Jason for this, but I would say any kind of web to financial services that you can think of. That could be managing merchants' books, or that could be like anything related to finance, about expense tracker, about your spending tracker, all those things that you can think of that are present inside Web 2 can be shifted into Web 3 in MiniPay. So the
Yeah, anything
opportunities are
that,
just endless. Yeah.
yeah, so anything that incentivizes just like regular use, like daily use of crypto assets, that would be really sweet, like saving applications. Yeah. Okay, there is an off-topic question that I'm gonna leave for the end because it's all about your setup, Viral. But does MiniPay work with social login through Twitter and Gmail?
Yeah. So if you're
Viral.
talking about MiniPay, if you're just talking about the MiniPay wallet, then no, it only supports login with Google. So it does support, I guess, Gmail, but you can only create an account on MiniPay with Google right now and your phone number. Which if you see my workshop, it didn't ask for a phone number because I've already created the account before this. But it will ask you for your phone number. It will send you an one-time password, and you need a Google account because we use MiniPay uses Google account to store your keys in your own Google Drive, which you can export anytime and be your own create your own wallet. But yeah, and if you're talking about social logins inside the dApps that you create, then you can use Social Connect. It's one of the, I guess, bounty for this hackathon, where if you can use Social Connect, then you'll be eligible for that bounty. And Social Connect will basically allow you to map your wallet address. This is my wallet address. If you see here, if I do add cash and crypto wallet, this is my wallet. I can map it with anything you can think of. That would be your GitHub handle, your Twitter handle, your Discord handle, your Telegram account. So you can use Social Connect to map your wallet address and you can use Social Connect to map your wallet address.
I think we lost Viral. Let's just give him a minute to come back. But I just to help Viral. And please, can you confirm you can hear me? Perhaps just give me a yes on the chat box. Perhaps just so it is not me who has the issue. Okay, thank you. So yeah, Viral will come back in a second. So to help Viral with the question, yeah, MiniPay uses phone numbers. So any use of phone numbers could actually be eligible for the Social Connect bounty, but on Social Connect you can use other social identifiers. Actually, by the way, with Viral, we developed this application called Mintos, and it uses Twitter. So anything that perhaps I know working with the Twitter API right now is a little difficult, but anything that uses, for example, that Social Connect to let MiniPay be more of like a social app, that would be a great idea, and an idea could be eligible for the Social Connect bounty. So Social Connect does have that capability of letting you play with other social identifiers. So I do encourage you to explore that. After that, I have a question. Can I use MiniPay on other browsers like Brave? No, MiniPay is native to Opera Mini. So that's what makes it great, because Opera Mini is a widely used browser, and it makes it really easy for someone to go from browser to wallet, but it is not available on another browser. Are games allowed, Alphonse? Yes, games are allowed, as I said at the end of kind of like the previous question on ideas. Anything that incentivizes regular use of MiniPay, regular use of stable assets, and just regular use of crypto is very welcomed, and I feel like games are great for that. MiniPay is, though, a lightweight application, so consider that when you develop games. Okay, let me know if you have any other questions. I need to ping Viral on the organizational Slack to see what's going on with him. But I'm here if you have any other questions. Okay. If not, I don't see any more questions coming through the chat. If not, please reach out to us on Discord. Viral, Harpal, and our incredible Discord moderators are all there to help you. So don't hesitate reaching out on Discord. Viral is back. Hey.
Yeah, I'm really sorry. My 2-year-old nephew just thought it's funny to turn off the Wi-Fi. So
Yeah. You're back. So we don't have any
yeah,
more questions though. Is it oh, sorry, perhaps this is a question. So it says, so developing on Social Connect versus MiniPay is quite different, but MiniPay uses Social Connect. I think I get it. This is, by
yeah.
the way, a developer who worked really hard on their Social Connect implementation back in ETH Global New York. So I know he has experience trying to get Social Connect to work. So any words of wisdom here, Viral?
Yes, so you understood it perfectly. Like MiniPay inside uses Social Connect to map your address with your phone number. So if you, I don't have my screen shared, but if you have if in your contact list someone is using MiniPay, then you can just search their name. You don't even have to remember their phone number. Just search their name from their contact and pay them directly. You don't need their phone number. You don't need their wallet address, anything. And this is achieved from Social Connect. And the good thing is Social Connect you can use inside your own dApp that you can create in this inside this hackathon. So yeah.
Yeah, can you hear me? I think my computer wants to crash. StreamYard perhaps demands a lot from my computer. There's something else here. Using MiniPay in this case is just like MetaMask, right? But now the apps will be specific to using MiniPay. A little bit late for the session, sorry. Yeah, so Nash, the session is going to be recorded, but your question is very important. So, Viral, I don't know if you understood the question. I can repeat it.
Yeah. So it's similar to MetaMask, I'll say, in sorts of few functionalities that MetaMask provide, like MetaMask app also has a browser inside. But MiniPay is more user specific, where you provide a lot of different features, like you can just send someone money with their phone number, which is not provided in MetaMask. And in top of that, MetaMask can be a little bit, I would say, unsecure, because you can go to any other Web3 project inside MetaMask. But in case of MiniPay, you only have access to all the vetted projects by MiniPay. So it's like a secure crypto wallet where you can explore all the Web3 services that are provided by these dApps. And yeah, like there are a lot of different, I would say, differentiations between MetaMask and MiniPay, but it's similar. You can create your own wallet. By default, MetaMask is non-custodial, where Opera backups your private keys inside your own Google Drive. So yeah.
Okay. Any other questions before we go? Okay, going once, going twice. Okay, so Viral, thank you so much for your time and for that sweet workshop. As I said before, this recording is going to stay on the Celo channel on YouTube. Stay tuned for another really cool workshop on ideas you can build for MiniPay next Thursday, same time, with Jason Rodriguez. And yeah, don't hesitate If you have any questions or you need anything, reach out to us on Discord. We'll be there to support you. Please remember that the deadline for projects is November 5th, midnight PST time. So that sometimes is November 6th on another part of the world. So take that in consideration. Nash has a question here before we go viral. I don't know if there's an answer for this. Will there be APIs for MiniPay in the future?
If you're talking about APIs, I don't know, but if you're talking about getting access to email address or phone number that users are like used to create an app, then yes, in future, the object that you get, Windows.ethereum, will have a lot more information injected inside your app, and that might contains email address or a phone number, or any other thing that you need from the actual crypto wallet inside your app. It's up to the MiniPay developers, but there is a plan that more things will be injected inside your web view, but not exactly APIs.
Viral, there was a question before that I skipped. How does your camera track your movement?
I'm using this camera called Lumina. It's a really good camera. Is not moving. It collects a wide angle camera and then uses software to track me.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, cool camera. Okay. With that, I'm going to end the stream. Thank you all for attending and for your questions. Keep hacking. Good luck hacking. And see you next one.
All the best, guys. Goodbye.